Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lauren, this is Scorpionic Readings, and today's pick a card topic we're looking at what is the next chapter of your life, how the energy is shifting coming up here, what can we look out for on the horizon. So let's shuffle out 3 different groups for the reading today. Can we have 3 groups please? I see this one, beautiful. Piles 2 and 3 please. See that one creeping out back here. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take this one as well. Perfect. Okay, let's take a look. Your 3 different groups for the reading. We have the 4 of Swords. We have the 3 of Wands. We also have the High Priestess. If you would like to use a crystal animal to choose your pile as well, I will grab those now too, but otherwise you can just use the tarot card to choose the pile you would like to visit. Perfect. And for group 3, the crystal animal please. Beautiful. Okay, so pile 1, you're the koala, pile 2 is the black cat, and pile 3 is the frog. So that is what you can use to choose your pile. When you're ready, head to the description box of this video. You will find the timestamps that will take you directly to your messages, and I'll meet you there. Hey pile 1, welcome to your messages. I'm so happy you're here. I'm super excited for this message as well, so let's dive right in. We're gonna look at your next chapter. So we're gonna shuffle out from a few oracle decks to get those messages, get kind of context for where you've been as well as of recent. So let's identify all of that. I'm not gonna take that one actually. This is one of the hardest decks to shuffle, it's so large. Okay, so that is empower yourself. It says, tune into your personal power. You are more than able to handle the situation facing you. Allow yourself to be the strong, beautiful person you are capable of being. Beautiful. Empowering. The 4 of Swords definitely is supporting that message as well, but I will wait before I jump too far ahead. Okay, so we have Cosmic Connection. All right, let's shuffle out an archetype. Your next chapter, what is that going to be looking like here for pile 1? There's your archetype, so you are the gem. Love that. And finally, oh, we have multiple decks to choose from today. Okay, we got multiple oracle decks to shuffle cards out of, so hang tight and then we will just steamroll right ahead with all of the messages. Okay, so that is freedom. Live wild and free. Choose your freedom. Claim your independence. Look at all the purple across all of these cards. Wow, it's so pretty. Okay, so my goodness, maybe I picked out way too many oracle decks for this, but it's what I was called to, so we're going with it. I see this one. I wanted 2 of those. So we've got submission, and we've got practicality. All right, and finally, let's pause here before we get into some tea leaf. All right, tea leaf and then tarot to follow this. Okay, so to start your messages, your next chapter is one where you are empowered, you are free, you're definitely free. Submission. You are free through submitting to letting go of the past, submit to letting go of stale old energies as well, clearing out the clutter as you enter into this new phase. The highest priority is on you. We see that with the 4 of Swords, the self-care, the rest and recovery that we pick up from that card, empowerment, the gem, you stand out, and it's so freeing to be this way. I think you've been in a very like practical mindset as of recent. Like you have been starting to kind of consider like maybe I should I don't know, consider reality more, or just consider alternative outcomes to this situation. You've been in a phase of like really kind of nitpicking it and getting a little bit down about how practical this outcome is for you. How guaranteed can it be? Like, you've been thinking about these things. You're called to submission in this next chapter to realize that those things that are caging you are only an illusion, and that what is caging you in this time is the fear, is the overthinking, the consideration of aspects that are not relevant to your situation, because it isn't going to get to that point where you need to consider like a backup plan or a secondary option. I think you need to submit to the inspiration you feel behind this. Allow yourself to be the strong, beautiful person you are capable of being, that you are. Tune into the personal power. We have the chakras represented here, cosmic connection, really, really channeling from within, something that has not been tapped into, and it brings you freedom. The freedom card we see up here is like your elevated self. After working through this, realizing that you are the gem that shines so brightly. Your next chapter, you're going to feel way more confident, more sociable. You're going to feel like you have a rightful spot in the places you put yourself in. You're not going to be feeling like imposter syndrome. Maybe at the beginning that's a challenge and a lesson you need to work through and overcome, but I feel success in that. I intuitively pick up that that is going to be a process that is effortless for you. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm picking up so far. I want to get into tea leaf and see what else that kind of pulls out of these messages. So can we grab some tea leaf here, please? All right. Okay. I'm taking that month as well, and we're going to stop there. So, next chapter, too much concern with sexual matters. The month of April. We have dog far away, a distant friend is thinking of you, and horse, a short journey. Someone's close by, but like feels very distant at this point. Something a relationship has grown distant. Whether that means that the relationship is feeling the effects of that or not, I don't think it is impacting the relationship in a negative way. I think it's just kind of like a known fact that right now there is distance. There is like an arm's length distance between you and a person, or you and something you previously loved to access, something you previously loved to like indulge in as well. It's very close by, but the distance between you and accessing the thing or person is growing further apart. There's been too much concern over this matter. There's been too much debate over it, too much back and forth. Since April, maybe there has been the back and forth of submitting to the want to indulge in this thing or be with this person, and then back and forth, going back to the practicality of like, no, this is time for this to be done. It's time for this shadow habit, I'll say, or this toxic person. It's time for this to be done. But you go back and forth between like submitting to it, thinking like, well, this is just like how it is, and then going back to kicking yourself and saying like, no, I don't want to do this going forward. You'll be seeking freedom going forward. Right now, you are practicing not thinking about it a lot. You're practicing distracting yourself. You have been practicing ways to replace that, and it's with good things. Things with good intention are what you're wanting to replace this with, not an equally negative habit or partner, whatever it is. So that's good. Love to see that. Short journey. It's a testament to, like, in this next chapter, something is going to become so distant in such an unpredictable way. Like, you never would have guessed that, again, with something being such a short journey, that it would feel distant, or that you would be able to create that distance between it that makes you feel safe and protected on the other side. Yeah, so let's continue on to the tarot. Let's get additional aspects to what this next chapter will entail. We've got a good idea of the context behind what you're feeling now, what you've been through, and how that might play into what's coming next. So let's look at, I think, we want to know, I'm trying to think if I want to clarify anything. No, we want to move right into more details about this. How is this next chapter going to come about? Is probably how you're wondering. Like, is there going to be a call to action? What are you meant to do? How will it play out? And what is your guidance? Let's go ahead and get all of that information from Spirit. Okay, let's start here. So, how this will play out. 6 of Swords, the decision to leave. Look at the distance, the long distance she's traveling with her bags packed, creating a distance, no matter how big that distance actually is. 9 of Wands, how this will happen. Something is stressing you out. Something will get to the point where the stress is not worth it. The concern, it's too much. It needs to be shifted, adjusted. You need to leave. I think very well you could be leaving something else. Yeah, you're leaving. It could even be a job. I'm getting that now too. Creating distance between you and a negative job, even though you still exist. I don't know, you like live right next door to the business. It's still very like prevalent in your life, but you're nevertheless able to separate it from you. Yeah, with the Hermit, that's where that was going, definitely. So you're able to find this safe, sacred space where you are protected, you're at peace, you're calm, you feel free. With the decision to leave, and then comes in opportunities to work on what you would like to next. To keep going with something you didn't have enough time for, you were delegating more time to the past situations, and now that that has opened up, you're putting in more work towards something you're good at, and it's going to be growing. This is dedication to the craft, to becoming a master, an expert, and it involves consistency. We have 6 of Wands. You could be getting noticed in some way as well. The question was, how will this come about? You're getting noticed. Getting noticed for the effort you put in this situation. In your craft, in the thing that you are able to do more of these days. You're getting recognized for that, and I think you felt that intuitively, like that should happen for me at some point, because you do feel pretty solid and confident in this ability that you have, in this skill you have. It's a passion. So let's look next. What else is involved with this outcome? And then next we'll get your guidance. Okay, so what else can we expect for the outcome to this situation? What is pile 1 going to be experiencing in this new chapter? Okay, I am going to take that one that fell up, and I'm looking at this one, so I'll take that as well. And we've got one over here. Okay, so these will carry us through probably to the end of the message. All right, let's take a look. So what else is expected with the outcome? King of Pentacles, love that. That's a short journey from the 8 of Pentacles to become the king. That's abundance, that is command and power, control over what you've made, your resources. your prosperity. We have the Tower and Judgment. Wow, those two together. Very impactful moment that speaks of. Yeah, very, very impactful just to experience this journey. I think short journey, you're going to land in it so like out of the blue that it's like you have to just like open your eyes. You're in awe. Like the way that she is like looking, chains like newly breaking free, about to break free, and just so much to take in. So much information coming to you as well. I see that with the phone in the background. We talked about you being recognized for what you do, so calls, messages coming in. It's a really impactful moment that the Tower is things coming down in order for new to build from that. And it's happening very quickly. You're in awe of it, you're inspired by it, and a lot of it comes from being recognized in some way. We have here the King of Swords as well. Wow, guys, you are very, very powerful in this outcome. The Three of Pentacles as well. In this next chapter, you're gaining control over your mind. Like here we have you actively trying to heal, to navigate through the hardest part of it and through the thick of it. And then to the King of Swords has gained a lot of control, has a lot of experience over their thought processes and patterns. So I think it's unexpected that this comes with it as well, is you may feel like something like the way my brain is like wired to bring me anxiety and other mental health issues. You're like, that's how it is. That's something I think you have not really considered in the grand scheme of things to be something that will go away. That's kind of been like a constant that you've pictured with your future. This here gives me hope that you're going to experience a lot less of that. In fact, be able to eliminate it. And this is a whole new way of being, of thinking. Your thought processes will be more clear as well. You'll feel less like tormented by your thoughts. Next, guidance going forward. We have Two of Cups and the Chariot, I mean. Okay. Guidance going forward. You have to know that you will find the new connections that will serve you, and it will be obvious which ones are meant to spiral into something really great between the two of you. The Chariot is like fast acting, kind of like guaranteed outcome. I think there's a guaranteed outcome here of strong friendships and connections through this healing, through how you choose to better your life by separating from a negative past. It makes you so attractive for new love and relationships coming in, and one of those will really stick. I think one of those both parties will be inspired to, let's do this. Like, the strategy, I know it's not easy to be committed like this, but we're going to tackle it together. It's going to be done with the Chariot. Like, it's going to happen. Guaranteed. Three of Cups. You're gonna have a lot of fun together as well. Have fun now. Start that process now. Get used to like a lot of laughter. Get used to having more people around you. We had you in the Hermit energy, so this might be something you want to like dip your toes into in the next few weeks and months ahead, is adding to your social schedule just a bit and see how that makes you feel. Reorient yourself to that. The Hanged Man, yes, reorient to accepting love, accepting laughter, joy, fun times with others. The Hierophant, this is strong guidance from your spiritual team with the Hierophant coming through, kind of representing your spiritual team to me, like tying everything together here in this message. Your new perspective and the happiness is huge. Have fun now. The sun came out. That childlike joy, that is your guidance. That will bring you to the right decisions in this process. Your next chapter is looking really great, Pile 1. I hope you enjoyed this message. If you did, please take the time to like, comment that you came from Pile 1, or otherwise elaborate on how you resonated with your reading. as well as subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it so much if you do all of that for me. But with all of that said, pile 1, I hope you have an amazing day, and I'll see you in your next reading. Hey Group 2, welcome to your reading. Let's dive right in. We're going to shuffle out a few different oracle decks. To start, we're going to look at your next chapter going forward. It's so exciting. Alright, so pile 2, what is their next chapter? Well, that one. Felt that one as well. Let's grab an archetype for you guys. In this next chapter, what is pile 2? How are they going to show up? Archetype they will embody in this new chapter. Beautiful. Let's just go straight through and get all of these oracles shuffled out. I grabbed a few decks, and then we'll dive right in. Is that assertion? See this one? Take one of these as well. This will give us a nice good picture of where you're at now, all the context behind this change that's in the air, in the energy coming forward for you. Okay, yes, that's all of them for now, so let's take a look. You guys are the Three of Wands and the Black Cat. Your first message, leaping through the air. A plan you have made is on track. If you are waiting for something, get to work and stop putting off ideas or projects you are considering. And the Three of Wands is perfect for that message. Three of Wands is waiting on the horizon for opportunities and taking them when they come to you. That's what you're being encouraged to do. It's on track, so stop waiting and get to work with it. New chapter. That's what the message is about. Your guys' pile is like extra charged with new chapter energy. Definitely. In an independent way as well, you'll be approaching this and it's all for your own good. We have agape, like pure love, having a lot of intense emotion toward it, but pure emotion toward it, undeniable love, with no I'm trying to think of what the phrase is, like not considering anything else and just prioritizing love in humanity toward yourself as well. A full rounded wisdom you contain of approaching this life with love for all encompassing. Everyone deserves it. Assertion and enterprise, all encompassing with the enterprise coming in. Building something very big where a lot of people belong. We have innocence. Take time to play, nurture your inner child, and live with a childlike sense of wonder. May as well, because things are on track. Though you're being called to put in work toward what you're considering or things you have started, you're called to bring in the balance of work and play, work and rest, that kind of thing. And in fact, bringing in some energy of innocence into this next chapter. I want to get clear on this message, actually, innocence versus assertion, or if they still go together, or yeah, let's get clear on that. Shuffling out some tea leaf for you guys. It's like, are you being called to continue with that innocence, or in the new chapter, will you be calling upon an energy of assertion that maybe you have not worked with too much as of yet? A change for the better. I think you will be changing. You'll be going from handling things with the innocence. You're being guided to do that. Let's be clear on that. You're being guided to bring in fun and rest in combination with your hard work in this time. But we know that the change is going to not deplete those fun times, not override all of that with more work, but it's like you'll need to tap into some more assertion, I think. In some cases, you'll be changing for the better, practicing innocence versus assertion. You'll be doing assertion more often, like you'll be in authority more often. You will be, in fact, it will be like your responsibility to have that kind of energy of assertion, not being easy to like let things slide. It's fragile. The butterfly, like the butterfly effect, everything is fragile. And so the energy you'll be tackling this enterprise with will be with complete ownership, whether that's of physical things, property, or ownership of like who you are and what you're deciding to do in your days, how you approach life, your philosophies, and your general approach. It's, yes, okay, let's look at these tea leaf as well. Tree, affairs with your family. Dagger with fear, worries, and tense situation. We have bridge, successfully overcoming a problem. Very good. Leaping, I think there's a shortcut. I think there is something lingering in your past that you don't feel like is going to translate in this new chapter. You kind of feel like it's something to be left behind, or something that was just too negative to like, you're not bringing it with you. You're not carrying that energy with you. You're going to leave it in the dust. And in fact, it's going to resolve itself. It could involve family. It could involve tense situations there, feeling uncomfortable with how your decisions are being perceived at this point, like just feeling kind of like on in the spotlight from your family with how they view your choices, your decisions these days. In fact, I think you'll practice assertion first with these family matters that have been brought up. You'll practice assertion in stating your case, I think. And you'll provide inspiration, I think, as well, of innocence. I think there are people in your life who may get like triggered by like a happy-go-lucky energy, like an innocent energy. They may just not mess with that because they think it's unrealistic, or I think it's disguised as like jealousy. Like, who wouldn't want to feel that way? Who wouldn't want to seemingly have like no worries, like innocent, carefree, childlike? So there could be people who outwardly judge your approach in that way at this point. It's really interesting. Partly they make it like a villain origin story almost, like they're perhaps how they use you for your innocence at times in your past is recognized. And yeah, it's tricky with the innocence versus assertion. I think you're catching on to what this is. And so what triggers them about your innocence is outwardly triggering, but inwardly there is a desire to be able to return to that as well. They see it as very fragile, delicate, something that should be protected, and their real intention behind any negative energy toward you for this is wanting to access it for themselves. And so it's this whole like mixed confusion type of thing where you thought they didn't want you to be this way, and then you feel like people push you to be a different way, to be more assertive. And then you feel like they're wondering where that old version of you went. It's like, how far you pushed me this far and you expect me to not have moved. You're gaining like, I think you're going to resolve a long-standing misconception about you between people close to you with assertion. You're going to state your case, and exactly how I said it, like, you're resenting me now for changing, but you pushed me to this. And that's like the fire that gets put under you. Unfortunately, I think that there is something in this of, yeah, like some fire is going to be put under your butt to inspire you to go into this new chapter full force. And that very thing is also going to be what allows it to spiral into a whole enterprise where problems are successfully overcome. You handle it properly with the perfect amount of bringing in innocence when needed, bringing in assertion when needed. You have the good judgment with that in your enterprise. Yeah, so let's keep going here with the tarot. Let's find out, can we get more details of what this new chapter is going to be like, or how we're going to get there? Let's see what else can we know about how we're going to get there? How is Pile 2 going to arrive at this new chapter expanding on what we've learned so far. I see this one as well. Let's take a look. Death. Yeah, like a complete change. We have a change for the better in the Death card. It has a moth on there, like the delicacy of this situation is very tender, and yes, you do change. And again, with you pushed me to this change and now you wish that it didn't happen. What's up with that? That's how you feel. Temperance. But it's for the better, though you may feel like it was like a lost cause because the intention behind the change was for one thing, to impress in one area, to exceed in one area, but you realize that this is actually meant to be more than just like a comeback, more than like a phase. I don't know, you realize this is home base, this is who I am, this is who I've been growing into all these years. 7 of Cups, and you're realizing what you can do with this. It's fresh energy. This is an ending. You're saying goodbye to anything that's held you down to this point, and any negativity that you no longer need, you are releasing. You could even like be receiving some kind of like Reiki or like doing some meditations that help you to release negative energies from your past. And then the possibilities ahead of you are presented. And the 7 of Cups here is debating. There's so many options. Which one do I go for first? And that's a beautiful problem to have, I think. How will we get there? Yeah, it's a pushing from people close to you. It's personal dynamics, fall and tumble into this situation. It's a really delicate situation in general. Like everything is coming together in a very specific way to facilitate what will spiral from this. Again, I think something will spiral from like a negative situation or a hard conversation, and it's so delicate the way it all comes together so perfectly. Everything in your life has led up to this. The butterfly effect is strong in this message. Like every single thing has led you to these exact dynamics you've arrived at now that will bring you to a decision, and into that decision you will be a certain way that you're meant to be. It's so delicate and beautiful that it's meant for you. It is meant for you, the bridge. We are successfully overcoming a problem, successfully crossing that bridge into this new chapter. That is for sure. Okay, so what else is this next chapter going to bring for pile 2? What can they expect for words from this next chapter? What will they be getting other than what we've mentioned so far? Love that. And I was seeing this card as well. So 3 of Cups, strong friendships, good times, the childlike innocence, tapping into that as needed, as called for, as it is inspired to come out. Wow, the 10 of Pentacles, guys. This is your future outcomes. These are great, great cards. So the 10 of Pentacles, you're going to be secure, you're going to be stable, you don't need to worry about that. Things, again, are falling into place for you. Things are so finely planned for you as well. Like, just, again, with the fact that everything here is just totally, like, doubling down on what this message even is. It's so precise to your situation right here. 3 of Cups. So in your future outcomes, great abundance, great happiness going forward that is stable. You can rely on it. It will do what it needs to do for your life. For you specifically, it will provide for the areas that it is called to provide for. 7 of Pentacles. You'll be working on something with a lot of pride. Again, we talked about using innocence versus assertion with your enterprise, with your business. I don't know what it is. It could be a business. I think it is. But yeah, you've got to practice being a business person and making the right calls, being the right way to get what you want done, I guess. So that's what you're learning here. 7 of Pentacles is consistency in that action, growing into a comfortability and like a muscle memory in how you do it. Okay, let's grab one more card since we have room for the outcomes to this situation. What else can we expect? Super exciting outcomes for the collective for pile 2 in this next chapter. So we have, wow, the Fool. And again, doubling down on this message, the Fool is a new chapter, a leap of faith into a new journey, leaping through the air, leap of faith. You are going to fall into the life you've always dreamed of. That's really what I see with that card here. You're going to fall into it. This is so strong for that as well, tying into the idea that your dream life is going to arrive before your very eyes. It's going to form around you. The enterprise, all encompassing two areas of your life, will be supported. Relationship, business, money, your happiness, personal development, things like that, your spirituality, if you have it. Your whole enterprise, all of your life is cared for, is supported. This is a whole new journey, successfully overcoming problems. What is your guidance for getting there for pile 2? How can we arrive to this? What should they do now? I'm taking those. So what you should do now, we have Emperor, strategy. Get in that business mindset. Get in the mindset of what you're going to be doing. I think you have an idea. Wow, the King of Pentacles. Get in the mindset. Once again, like, embody what you want to be. Embody that abundant, luxurious. You fly first class, you whatever, all of that. Imagine that. Envision that. Embody it. Seven of Swords. Strength. I think like keeping quiet about what your intentions are is a good way to go about this as well. Like you can share some, but of course for general like safety of what you have going on, there are times where you may make the judgment to share a little less about it, share less details. You don't need to let everyone into your life. That's what I'm seeing. Like you can be as known as you want to be to whoever you want to be, or as anonymous as you want to be. Nobody deserves or is guaranteed access to your energy, your methods, your expertise, wisdoms. No. Guidance as well with the Strength card. Remember to keep pushing through. Your first message was something is on track. Don't put it off if you've been considering that. Keep going with it. The Strength card, it's going to take some perseverance. It's going to take time. It's going to take consistency. But with strength, you are going to overcome this situation. Okay, so pile 2, those are your messages. I hope you enjoyed. Please take the time to give me a big thumbs up. Leave a comment. Tell me that you came from pile 2. I love to know that. And subscribe to the channel so you don't miss weekly readings and daily short messages as well. With all of that said, I will hope to see you in the next reading, and I hope you have an amazing day. Hey Group 3, welcome to your messages. Let's dive right in. Piles 1 and 2 were a lot of fun, so let's take a look at what is next, your next chapter ahead. Shuffling out from quite a few oracle decks, so give me some time here, and then we'll roll forward right ahead with all the messages. Okay, so pile 3, next chapter ahead. Let's grab an archetype. Next chapter ahead for pile 3, please. Take from this section. I want that one. And this deck as well. I do see that one. Beautiful. And finally, okay, let's take a look. You guys are the High Priestess and the Frog Crystal. So your first message is gliding through currents. With a different approach, you will glide through a situation with grace and ease, going inward and bringing your understanding, perspective, or behavior into flow will help your dreams take flight. Going inward, the High Priestess has more access to that kind of information than we do of what's ahead. So we are being called to go inward, to channel the High Priestess, channel as much as what she knows, and use that to your advantage to determine how you approach this going forward. Take your dreams, take flight. Okay. We also have Walk Your Truth. Okay, we have here your archetype is the storm. All right, drama, assertion, okay, and expansion. Spread your wings and soar. Share your message and shine your light. Show the world what you're made of. Something needs to take flight, and expand. Going upward and expanding is huge. We have like the cosmos represented there. Your handprint, making a mark on that, reaching it. You're reaching the top. You're expanding all the way. Like it says, you're gliding through currents. You're being called to do that. There's something you're doing now that's going to work. It's just saying that the approach, you need to stay on top of how your approach needs to shift to be appropriate for changing demands, new information you get, things like that. Just keep an eye out for that. But I think there's a strong message of something that has begun is going to assert itself in your life. I think we're at the very beginning stages of this new chapter beginning to develop because drama does come into play. I think there are some challenges and the storm as well. Definitely we're at an early stage of stepping into this new chapter. You really could be, this is something you've begun already, I think. So naturally, at the point we're at, when we look ahead, there's going to be room for ups and downs. There's going to be room for steps forward and steps back. But the overall path is taking you forward. That's something you need to know, believe. Do not slip that belief. Do not let that belief slip from your thoughts. That is what's going to carry you forward. That's going to allow you to assert your place, even in the drama, even in the changes, the inconsistencies, the one day it goes well, one day it's bad, like knowing that overall the path is upward and to expansion, elevation in your life. You're going to make a mark on where you're meant to. You're going to find exactly where you've been led your lifetime. You're following your path, you're gliding through the currents, you have been doing so. A reminder of, as you, I'm sure, have been practicing, pay attention, attune to the energies very closely so that you can know when you're intuitively called to change, when you're intuitively inspired. You have practiced with this. I know that you can carry that ability into this situation as well. Let's pull out some tea leaf and see additional aspects to what this new chapter is going to look like. For pile 3, new chapter here going ahead. Anything else here from the tea leaf? Take that one and okay, let's go with those. Horse with a short journey. Fox, shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. Kangaroo, unsettled times, need to plan ahead. And inkpot, problems to be resolved. That's, yeah, it's what I'm talking about of the back and forth. You need to attune to the way in which this will shift and shape around you. You need to release judgment of how that looks. Know that like the ocean, like the water, it's all encompassing. Though the current's moving one way and then the next, it's all encompassed within the ocean, within a field of the vision you're meant to live out, the dream you're meant to live out and manifest in this lifetime. It all exists within that. Know that it is still contained, though it may feel like it is dicey, like it goes back and forth. It's all contained to some level where it is meant to. You're actively working with it as well in this new chapter. You're planning ahead. You are changing your approach as needed. You're being responsible with resources and your energy, conserving all of it. bringing it out at the right times, but not allowing too much of it to escape for things that you do not want to connect with, like drama. Not feeding your energy into negativity, like drama, like toxic people. You're really moving away from that. Yeah, problems will be resolved though, and I love that that came out because we have unsettled times, need to plan ahead. We've talked about that. We've talked about that you're at the beginning of a journey, but good news, it looks like it will be a short journey. I think you're on the fast track. You have some shortcut. When you realize that everything is contained, like it's almost like the perception that something is going forward versus backward, what does that even mean? And so a short journey, if you like use your imagination here with me for a moment, if you imagine like everything floating within this field, like a fish tank, and expand that to be the ocean for this example, but a fish tank, we're zooming in, everything floating in there, the current's going one way, you think that's good, a current in a fish tank, but anyway, you think that's good, then it's the other way, you think that's bad. Are you not paying attention to the fact that there's 4 walls containing it and it always bounces back? And so when you realize what environment this is contained in, you can work with it, you can get creative, you can find shortcuts. Like this is something I'm asking you to use your imagination for, like cosmic like shortcuts and jumps, and yeah, it's like very much so like out of the 3D, like jumping timelines, that kind of thing, getting into that mode of thinking. It's not that you have to learn how to do these kinds of things or be familiar with it, but just recognize what I've described here. Try to visualize that and meditate on it, as well as see what else you kind of get out of that imagination. But the problems will be resolved, that's what we know. And use that imagery I've given you to remember that, to know that everything is contained where it's meant to. It's all for your own good. The High Priestess, she is here to remind us in this reading. She knows this. She can give testament to the fact that this is your new path. It's going to be a good one. I love that she is here, just right here, letting us know that she knows, because the High Priestess, the third eye, she knows. She knows what's behind the veil. And she can reveal as needed when you work closely with her new information. But it takes patience, it takes being at the right time and place. And so, yeah, she's here just to let us know. Keep the faith, keep the hope. Meditate on the High Priestess as well if you would like to. If you want to do some like research about what her traditional kind of association is in the tarot deck, that could be valuable to you as well. And so next we're looking at how will this happen? How will this new chapter come to be? Again, I think we've already begun. Maybe we'll find out about that as well. Looking at that one. That one. Anything else? Okay, so let's start there. So how will this begin? 3 of Pentacles. Having an opportunity to work with people you love, people you're close with, or meeting new people. Knight of Swords. This is like that, look at the fast track, look at the shortcut, is kind of what I was describing. The rocket taking off in the background. Back and forth, get creative, shortcut. Zip upward, zip all around that box that your story is contained within. That's what you're being called to do. That's how you will arrive. I really think that spending some time meditating on what we've talked about is going to be big for you. This is a spiritual pile. You are the High Priestess, so I think this is good advice for you guys specifically going forward. Think about using your environment and surroundings to the best of your ability and get like a cosmic perspective with it. This is very much so zoomed in to a bigger picture, and I will soon have more information. 7 of Wands. You're going to be adamant about protecting your boundaries and peace as well. Assertion tells me that. Assertion tells me that you're going to show a lot of strength in the ups and downs, the trials and tribulations that come with any new start. You're going to show a lot of strength in that, and you're going to use your ability to set strong boundaries and protect and allow time for rest, recovery. That's going to be the best way to go about it, is balanced in that way, protecting yourself, putting yourself first. Eight of Cups, yeah. Moving away to a better path is what you're called for, is what you will be doing. I want to know what this path is. Like, I'm getting the energy of what's going on here, but I want to know, like, context, I guess. So 2 of Wands and 9 of Cups. There's planning involved. I think you're planning for something that's going to make you really happy, like a dream you've had for a long time. You're like, I could actually do this, maybe. Like, what? Maybe you've been inspired by people you've been with, been surrounded with, or newly introduced to and working with. And you're like, let me tackle that side hustle. Let me tackle that dream project. Let me go realize that I've actually kind of wanted to do this like my whole life. Maybe I should try. Yes. Next, I'm going to get into, let's see here. I want to make sure we don't leave anything unresolved. We want to know more about what this is actually going to look like when it shows up in your life. I'm going to pause for a moment to let my camera cool down, and then we'll dive right in. Okay, so let's see next what this is going to look like, how it's going to show up in your life. What is this outcome going to be like? Let's get excited. I feel like it's going to be fabulous. Anything else here? What is this going to look like? Let's start there. We have the Page of Swords. We also have the Knight of Cups in here somewhere. I thought this was the Knight. We have so many people. Oh my gosh. Queen of Swords, Knight of Cups, 3 of Swords as well. What is it going to look like? It's really interesting. Like, I'm really picking up like this strong aspect of like a trio. We have a trio mentioned right here, and that could be very specific to you. 3 unique characters coming together. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know how else to describe it unless you're like in my mind feeling this, but Page of Swords is like a younger, inexperienced energy. Queen of Swords is her, evolved as well. Knight of Cups could be a love offering coming in. So what is coming for you? The people you really want to be around, something you've always wanted, again, from childhood. It could be a relationship or like a specific type of relationship you've not engaged in or had the opportunity to be a part of. It's new. It is walking your truth with this relationship, definitely. This was like conspired, like I'm getting this message of like in a storm cloud, like this was concocted, like this union, these people coming together. I think it was pile 2 that I mentioned quite a bit, how their messages, how everything came together for them was so delicate and fine, and like really like this butterfly effect type message. And it's kind of similar here, like the perfect combination of energies, situations, experiences concocted this iconic trio. I can't help but think that there's 3 involved. I wonder what else this is. I don't know how much information we can have revealed right now, because High Priestess, again, reveals information in due time. So it feels pretty vague. I'm not quite sure what area this involves. Let's see if we can clarify, if we can know anything. I feel like it must involve relationship, because we have 3 of Swords coming out, which can deal with, I interpret it as the effect of other people's energy can bring about the 3 of Swords type of feeling onto you, which is heartbreak, disappointment, feeling rejected. Okay, I'm going to see if this will answer for us more of what this is actually going to be. And the Three of Cups. Confirmed. Three people. Seven of Cups. I don't know if you guys are like, you curate finding one another like in a niche kind of field. I feel like you are, oh, what's the word? Recruiting. Like you're looking for people to help you with something and you're finding the right people for it, for the job. Page of Pentacles. Yeah, you're in the lead here. You are in charge. Though you're a beginner, you are commanding people with more experience. Though you feel like you don't have as much experience, this is how it naturally plays out, the dynamics of power, I guess, in this situation. Because it's perhaps your idea, your initiation of it, your recruitment that brought the things together. The producer, the writer. Two of Cups. Yeah, so relationships feel strong. That feels assured that we're seeing people involved. This must be a clear message for you if you have been needing this. I think you realize what this means. Are you like forming a band? Maybe that's what you're doing. It's a childhood dream. Yeah. Okay, that's one idea I have just now, but let's continue forward with guidance for how to get here with ease for pile 3. What are they guided to do right now, please, Spirit? Taking that one. I'm gonna go with 3. King of Wands. 5 of Swords. The Devil. What are you guided to do right now? You're working with the wrong people. I don't know. You're in the wrong space. It's an illusion that this could be good. I feel like there's a lack of commitment in the current for anyone who's like on your team. There's a little bit of an iffiness. They have some hesitation for whatever reason. There's no need to like dig into that, but they have their valid reason for having hesitation to be fully on board with this, with their life, their whole story, that kind of thing. And it could be an illusion right now that you may have this. This may be describing like what you have, but the missing element is the fact that there's a lot of harmony involved and true friendship and relationship involved within this. There is a clear groupthink, like everyone is on the same page. And you command it, King of Wands. But you deserve a much better situation. So tread lightly with whatever is going for you now. Whoever is on your team now, I think give it some time to see how things shake out with that even. It could be just, like maybe one person has their limitations in this time to not move forward. So I think it comes with time. I really think it does, to find out how it's going to shake out. Can we get any message about time, or if patience is called for? See, Page of Wands. Still have fun, still work with what you have. That's definitely the message. Like, don't go like changing anything drastically right now on a whim. Keep going with what you have now. I don't think there is a message to drastically change your situation at this time, but your guidance was to keep going and keep an eye out for when a different approach is called for, which could be news of change in other people's lives, in your surroundings as well. So keep going with what you have. Wait for things to shake out. Have the most fun you can have with it. Still pour as much passion as you can into it. Make sure it's of the highest quality and value. Just because you are second guessing some things, it's going to shake out. It really is, and in a pretty good pace. You're the page here, and you're the page in the future as well. So I think right around the corner really could be some breakthrough. That does feel strong for me now. So she's even walked a bit of a path here and is nearing the end of the path too. So I think this is coming right around the corner. You're entering the very beginnings of this and moving forward, walking your truth, allowing others to walk their truth as well, and allowing better to come in with anything that goes away. That's your message, pile 3. I really hope you enjoyed. Please take the time, give me a big thumbs up, comment that you came from pile 3, I'd love to know that, and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any readings. We upload every week as well as daily short messages, so subscribe. I will see you in your next reading, and I hope you have an amazing day.